Okay, now we're going to get into some of the nitty-gritty of editing the styles. And this is probably the trickiest part, I would say, but it's not all that complicated. All of the styles are controlled in the style sheet. And in this particular this particular template, it seems like, all of these style sheets are listed here. The generic one, style.css, that's the one that's going to probably, more than likely, have everything in it that's going to control some of the general styles, okay? So let's just open that file, and it's located in the CSS directory, style.css. Okay, so here's one that's easy to understand. The font that we're using here is called Roboto. Now we could change that if we wanted to, but let's change something that's maybe a little bit easier to figure out right now. The nav bar, for example. Okay, the banner text. The nav bar. We see stuff about the nav bar, right? The nav bar default brand. Here's the typeface satisfy cursive. It's kind of ugly. Let's just change it to Arial, just to show you what is going to happen. And every line in a style sheet ends with a semicolon. So if we change that to Arial and we reload our page, do you see how that changed the style of our menu bar there? Okay. What about this red line right here? Now, how am I going to figure out how to change that? Well, let's look at that area. So it's in the top section, right? And we have some text. And along the lines, the About section, something about the About section, maybe there will be a border in the About section. Now let's look in style, and I'm just going to do a find and replace and see if I can figure it out. And we will say, let's see, about, okay, the background, okay, border, right, and here is the color right here. Now, what is this color right here? It's red. Let's change it to something different. So we will change it to, and in Dreamweaver what we can do is we can actually just start typing a color, and then a color picker will come up. Just to show you how this can change, let's pick something, it's going to be hideous, but we'll pick this turquoisey color, and it's going to change, and I have to, oh, there we go, and I have to end with a semicolon and save, and look what that's going to do to that line right there. Oh, it's the About section that I changed. So that is what changed to blue, turquoise. Now this is something else, right? I was looking in the wrong place. Let's look for anything that says border in here. Right, the banner text border, and change that to a different color. So it's red. And let's just change it to green, something obnoxious. Well, so you can see it. All right. And with the semicolon, and if we refresh, there we go, there's that green. All right, so that's how we change some of the details. Now, it's easier if you use something like Firebug. So I'm using Firefox right now, and I can say View Firebug, and then I get this window down here and I can select different elements, and you see I select this element, it's called banner text, and what happens is over here I see the border left, and you can see that particular, this is looking at your style sheet, and we can preview what it would look like if we turned it off. So if I deleted that line in my style sheet, that's what would happen. Now, by turning this on and off in Firebug, this is just to help me as a developer to give me a preview of what changes. So I would be able to see, oh, okay, well, let's say our nav elements up here. What if I wanted to change the rollover color? I'm going to select them, and I see that the hover color is this color, this yellow color. What if I want it to be purple? Or what if I want it to go away? I can change that here. So A:hover. Now, if I go find A:hover, right there, let's change this hover color to something different. To let's just change it to red. How do I know that's red? Lots of years of experience. Okay, and let's preview it now, and you can see that my hover color has changed. Okay, so that's how you change some of the style elements. It gets a little bit more complicated when you want to change like the animation style, and this is a special type of website, but it should give you a pretty good idea of how to make this work. Now, of course, you probably want to change your footer too, so that would be in your HTML. So you don't want to have like your free version of your copyright there. You know, you want to make it your own brand, and obviously these social media links, we would want to change where these go to. So that's all in your HTML code at the very bottom, I'm sure. There we go, right there, like our Twitter. So I'd want this to go to my Twitter handle. I don't even know what Dribble is, and all of these other things. Or I could just take this whole section out. You just have to be careful when you delete things that you actually get your starting div to your closing div. So I can delete that, or I can just take this list out of here, and then I might want to say copyright Arch City Leather, and I want to take this line out. Okay, and preview it, and I can turn off Firebug, and that looks much better. Hope this helps.